Hey everyone, Michael Short here. Come on, let's go outdoors. Well, something a little bit different. We are out here at the Clifford E. Lee Bird Sanctuary, or Sanctuary, I guess, and joined by Kevin Gardiner with the Raven, Friends of the Raven. And there is some, I guess, some good news. I don't know, Kevin. How are you viewing it? County of Clearwater has come down with a decision on the gravel pit situation. How are you feeling about what they? I guess first of all, what did they decide?
Yeah, so border paving. Well, it was actually done by Aspen Group, Aspen Land Group for border paving was their consultant. Put forward application to Clearwater County to do. Basically, their application was to do an amendment to previously approved dry pit operations, where they wanted to amalgamate two pits, which were already approved for dry gravel extraction, but they also wanted to. They had an amendment to expand the dry gravel operations to a more northern location, closer to the head springs of the North Raven. So we were happy to see that border paving was approved to amalgamate the two pits, which, just kind of makes sense, I think, that they would be approved for that because they were already approved. They're just amalgamating the two sites. But what was positive for us is that the new mining area that they proposed was not approved. Yeah, and that kind of indicates to me that, the great efforts by the Friends of the Raven River and other concerned conservationists by, bringing attention to this situation and through the letters that they submitted to the county must have helped. And it also indicates to me that the Clearwater County staff and those on the Clearwater County's Municipal Planning Committee must know the importance of the stream and must have paid attention to the application, must have been aware that border paving has demonstrated themselves through information presented at past open houses that the new area that they were proposing is very wet, and that the water table, again from data provided by border paving themselves, that the water table is above the gravel. So we were, pleasantly surprised. It's maybe a little bit of a small victory for us that it wasn't approved.
So when we look at the area, we look at this new mine that has been approved. How close to the headwaters is it?
Yeah, so this mining area was already approved for dry gravel extraction. It's about, from the head springs, it's about, the areas that are approved are about 400 or 500 meters away from the head springs. The new area that they proposed was only going to be, maybe 100 meters away from the head springs.
So obviously, is there going to be a scenario where conservation groups which own this land, and that includes the Alberta Conservation Association, Trout Unlimited, and the Alberta Fish and Game Association, would they be concerned about even dry mining and maybe put into place some kind of a monitoring system?
Yeah, well, there are some concerns with the dry mining, which was approved in 2015. It's kind of the devil's in the details type situation. Past flood events have shown that area is prone to flooding. Like, that whole area was under flood, I believe, in the big flood of, I think it was 2007 or 2008. So there's some concerns there. And then there's also some concerns with, with big rain events. There might not be flooding. There might not be the major flooding where the Clearwater River overflows its banks and flows into the North Raven, but maybe just more local flooding, what effect that could have. So we're definitely concerned. It's hard to understand how they're going to be able to do dry gravel mining when their own data has showed us that the area is very wet, and that in many places the water table is above the gravel. So we're really interested to see, like I said, the devil's in the details. It's really curious to us how they're going to be able to mine this and stay out of the water table. And we're also very concerned about what happens if they do hit the water.
Well, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I guess at that point, perhaps the county would step in and say, "Well, no, that's the end of the ball game." I guess I'm being a little bit flippant here, but
yeah.
but should there be a call to BP by all of us concerned, as you say, conservationists, that maybe we demand some money from them up front so that monitoring efforts could be carried out at the cost not to the conservation groups that own the property, but BP should maybe stepping up and putting some money forward so that monitoring and any other offset damage to the conservation area is looked after.
Yeah, some money might be a good idea. Certainly some ongoing monitoring would be called for. I guess the one thing many of us are curious about is, like, they have done some work, they have hired some consultants, but this last effort by Aspen Land Group on their application to the county, they didn't include a lot of information. They included a few pages from a report that was written, but once they started to get down to the good stuff, there was one section where they were going to talk about water, and they never, it was cut off right when they were going to start talking about the groundwater. So, I mean, money is one thing. I mean, just a little bit more transparency with their information is kind of what I'd be looking for.
Well, it doesn't sound like this conversation is over by any stretch, Kevin, and I want to thank you for keeping us up to date on the ongoing scenario out there. Maybe later this coming year during the summertime, we can get out to the site and hear and see what's going on with the mining and how that is potentially affecting that beautiful little headwater of the Raven. So thank you again for all the great work you and others are doing to keep this issue top of mind.
Well, thank you, Michael. Thanks for having me. I'd love to have you out this summer, and thank you for bringing attention through Let's Go Outdoors to this precarious situation.
Well, there you go, folks. More to come, and I would encourage you to, we'll post up some of the literature that has gone along with this this application. I guess people could go to the Friends of the Raven and look at it there. So we'll post that link down below. Till next time, stay safe out there, everyone. I'm Michael Short. Come on, let's go outdoors.